This millennial Malaysian took on a pricey challenge when he opened the first artisanal coffee outlet in Batok, a district in the eastern state of Kelantan. Former engineer Mohd Ridzuan had to persuade people to spend on his coffee. The cheapest drink he served was more than double what a local coffee shop would charge. This is a small town of just under 160,000 people who work mostly in agriculture and fishing. And specialty coffee like espresso was not an easy sell at first.
Of course, they are quite surprised with the price tag we are putting on. So, but we are explaining them why this coffee is expensive compared to the local coffee. We used to give them a tester, free cup to taste first, and they can accept it.
And after a taste, people were willing to part with 7 ringgit for an Americano and as much as 15 ringgit for something fancier like a frappe. That's compared to up to 3 ringgit for a traditional brew at a local coffee shop. Irama now has a following of young college students and professionals who come not just for the coffee but also hot local meals.
I just ordered a cafe latte, and I think this is one of the best cafe latte available in Batok. So that's why I came here.
The coffee and the pastries, I think this is the best nasi lemak I ever had.
So you are willing to pay?
Yeah, we are willing to come here again and again.
The most popular coffee in Irama Express is the cafe latte. But Ridzuan's passion is inventing drinks you wouldn't easily find at bigger chains. He introduces new drinks every 2 to 3 months.
We are going to prepare one of our famous signature drinks. We call it as matcha blossom. This matcha blossom is consisting fresh lemon juice mixed with some soda, and we pour the matcha blend on top. We are using a premium matcha powder from Japan.
The 39-year-old wasn't always in a barista's apron. He used to work in an oil and gas company as an engineer in Kuala Lumpur.
So the turning point came during the pandemic COVID-19 when I was forced to return to my hometown because of lack of job project in the market. I decided to turn my passion in coffee into business because I see the opportunity in this area. There is no coffee shop at the time serving a very good coffee.
The pandemic worked to his advantage. With travel restricted during lockdown, Ridzuan found it easier to introduce his coffee to locals. Social media was a big part of his growth plan. Ridzuan gained a following by doing TikTok lives daily, where he would show off his drinks and educate followers about espresso. He started with a small roadside food cart before moving on to a kiosk and then finally opening this brick-and-mortar cafe. His team has grown too, from just 2 to 6. But have there been trade-offs? Ridzuan now earns about 40% of what he used to in his previous job. He says that's enough to get by in a small town where rentals are up to 70% cheaper than in Kuala Lumpur. Plus, what he's gained is priceless.
When I was in corporate job, I only have 2 days on the weekend for doing what I love. But now I have 7 days to do whatever I love. I can go to the beach in the morning every day. While doing the brisk walking, sometimes I think about how to expand my business.
It's not always smooth sailing away from the big cities. Ridzuan gets beans from places like Brazil, Ethiopia, and Indonesia, which are then roasted locally. And getting them delivered to a rural area can be challenging.
The biggest challenge we are here is we are quite far away from our main suppliers. So every time we make an order, we have to wait up to maybe 3 or 5 days to get the supplies.
Competition is also popping up. While Irama Coffee can lay claim to being the first espresso bar in the area, it's no longer the only one. A quick drive around the small town of Bachok shows similar cafes popping up. Ridzuan says that doesn't faze him. He just focuses on reinventing and expanding his menu to suit changing tastes.
The coffee culture is growing in this area, and this customer actually they are moving around this town area, and it pushes us to keep innovating the new product. I earn lesser than what I get in my corporate job, but I feel very comfortable with my life now. But it is worth it lah. For me, it is worth it. I am doing something I love, and my business growing steadily.